What's going on, you guys? My name is Morgan, and welcome back to our first Dog Mom Diary of 2025. And we're back getting into the Dog Mom Diaries. So here is our setup of the dogs and kennels because we are moving the dogs around. Here's the finished setup. We've come a long way from starting the Dog Mom Diaries with just a few dogs to where we are now, and with a different setup entirely, with an actual yard that's almost an acre. We have come a long way, and I can't even believe it myself. But the setup is nice. We're adding more kennels. We're adding all kinds of stuff. The dogs might have gotten a hold of the floor, so I have to fix the floor a little bit. We have Ruby, Rosemary, and Morning sleeping on top of one of the kennels to get away from everybody. Everybody's sunbathing through the window because they can't be outside all the time, especially with the hawks outside. But everybody really liked the sunbathing for a little bit. I think it was a light coming through the door, which we had to get that fixed because the door wasn't insulated. And it was not, nothing was done to the door, and I really don't like it. So we're going to have to find somebody to do the door for us because I'm not doing it again myself. Here is everybody getting pets. I had just gotten up to see everybody. With them being in the building, it's made things a lot easier. And with us having a yard, it's made things a lot easier. Don't even get me started on that. It is so nice to have the yard, but the yard has a lot of work that I need to do too, which includes setting something up so the hawks can't get to the dogs, which I have some ideas on that. I've seen a friend of mine do it. There's Miss Luna Freya. She's got to go get her cherry eye pushed back down because as soon as she got pregnant and she's getting farther along, her cherry eye came out. So that was lovely. But we started her titling before she got pregnant. And she's doing such a great job. She's my little fast cat master, and we just started barn hunt, which she really enjoys. But that's a dachshund thing. But she enjoys it. But she's got her foot in her ear right now. But she's on vacation right now because of the puppies, obviously. But I don't do a lot of videos showing the puppies for obvious reasons. But she's such a cutie. She is my little AKC CKC girl, piebald, bred to a piebald dapple boy. And then here's the yard. This is when we first moved in with Mr. Fuzzy. Just running back and forth with Mr. Fuzzy, having a good old time with him. He wasn't paying any attention to me. And I did edit the video on TikTok that I posted on TikTok of him and I. Because for the most part, I mean, we were just goofing about, really. And just having a good old time, which I really enjoyed spending time with Fuzzy. I spent a lot of time with the dogs. Just running back and forth and having a good old time, which... I mean, they're my dogs, and they really deserve this yard, and I'm so happy they have it. But we've run into quite a few problems recently with this house, and hopefully the landlord will be fixing it. But I was just running around with Fuzzy because he is my fast boy. He is so fast, but he is so long. He's probably the longest dog that I have. He is the definition of a hot dog. But with that comes the dogs getting under the porch, which was really, really not nice at all. But I let some of more of the dogs out. And I have finally set up the fence, but Cappuccino, Galadriel, Whiskey, Mr. Marbles, and Morning had gotten under the porch. So I had to set up a fence to keep them from going to the other side of the yard where they got through. Because some of them, I don't think I'd be able to get out because they were hunting something under there, and Cappuccino actually got out. But here's Chubby running circles around me, just having a blast of his own, which I really enjoyed that with him. Now it's the next day, and we're going to go take a shower, which I like this shower until I found out that it clogged. It's a nice shower. It's a nice area. It needs to be cleaned quite a bit, and the hot water heat, everything is gas. Well, a lot of the stuff is gas, so it has a very different feel to it in general. But I like the shower itself, and it was nice to get just, be in a new house and get clean and just kind of enjoy my time. Then we're going to make something for lunch, macaroni, spend some more time with the dogs. I had to put that fence on so they don't chew on my cords or get near my computer. Then we have some of the dogs decide they wanted to stay away from some of the other dogs, so they decided to get on top of the kennels. Those dogs will be Ruby, Rosemary, and Andromeda, and quite a few of them figured out how to jump up to stay away from some of the other dogs. All the kennels are open. That's where they go lay. That's where they prefer to lay. I do have some of them that would just lay on the floor. Then we're going to play some Resident Evil Village and Shadows of Rose because I beat the original. So I'm in the process of trying to bring vlogs back, and it's like a long process. Trying to get used to everything with vlogs coming back. But it's a process. I'm not used to it. I don't know how I feel. Just went to the old house, cleaned some more stuff up. I can't feel my fingers. My scoliosis has gotten so bad that the circulation in my fingers and the nerves in my back have gotten so bad it hurts my fingers. So we're back home. That was a puppy. We're back home, and everybody's kind of just hanging out, chewing on toys and doing what they do best right now. See that gap where the light comes in? I have to get that fixed because it brings the cold and hot air in. Doesn't insulate it very well. But Mr. Whiskey decided he was going to sleep by the door. He usually always sleeps by the door. He likes to sleep by the door. He has his little spot. I always believe wherever they want to lay, they're more than welcome to lay there, as long as it's not like I have some that have chewed up wires, so I have to be careful not to let them over to my desk. Here's everybody kind of just walking around, doing their own thing. There's Mr. Zeus. Isn't he just the prettiest boy ever? I call his name and he comes right up to me. He is such my little baby boy, and I love him so much. I love all of them so much, but Zeus just reminds me of Dot, but in male form. But he definitely loves his pets, and I don't blame him. I would love my pets too. He's just such a sweet little soft little boy. Here we are going to bed. I have Ruby, Rosemary, and Rue in bed. And I always bring the ones closer to being due inside because we're not allowed to have a lot of them in the house. But we got the mamas and the puppies in the house with us. And, of course, 2.5 men the next day while I'm getting ready to get some stuff done because I still have so much stuff to do because, it's just never ending around here when you move. I need to go to the emergency room. But, because I think, according to my mentor, who was a nurse, and to my husband, I might have a kidney infection. But Galadriel rolled on one of her puppies, so I had to hold off for a little bit. Quietly suffering for the dogs, which is what I do. But it hurts so bad right now, and I can barely walk. Forgive the noises in the background. Maylise has learned how to jump onto one of the kennels to take a nap where morning sleeps. And I've got some dogs in the kennel, Maylise, that are in heat. So we have to do a crate and rotate with the boys, but it's been a day, and we had to have the plumber out here, which I'll add pictures in that about what we've been dealing with regarding the plumber here shortly. The drainage was blocked, and the drain was blocked. There are roots in the line, so the landlord has to fix it and doesn't want to fix it right now because that's a couple $1,000s. The camera itself, to snake it, is $500. Just, oh my gosh. So, fun. And this, my friends, is exactly what I'm talking about. That was awesome, and it gets worse from there. But we had a long day, watching Below Deck. The new one had just come out, so we're just kind of hanging out. Ruby, Rue, Rosemary, and I. But, so, the garbage disposal needs to be replaced because that's clogged and won't work now. The dishwasher isn't draining. Probably going to the ER today. Feeling absolutely horrible today. I was supposed to go yesterday, but Galadriel rolled on one of her puppies, and I wasn't really ready to leave. So, we stayed home. But it's gone to the other side now, so I'm in so much pain right now. But things must keep going. Show must go on. I got dogs to take care of. Everybody's already been fed, watered. Everything's been done, so they're just acting crazy now. Spending more time with dogs never did end up going to the hospital because I hate going to the hospital, especially when I have so much stuff to do, which usually is the puppies. Here's Galadriel with her babies. She's doing so well with them. She came from a friend of mine that no longer wanted her. And so I took her on because I love her. She's such a cutie. Then you have Maylise, and there's Thor, or Elrond is his name now. Maylise doesn't move. She'll just find a spot to lay down and just lay there. She doesn't care about anything, who's walking by her. Nothing bothers this dog. She will just lay there. Right now, I don't know where she is right now. I think she's on top of one of the kennels taking a nap. But when she decides she takes a nap, she doesn't move. She won't move for days, for hours. Well, okay, for hours. Not for days, really. But here's Miss Rue, who took her nail off. She chewed it off, or it got caught on something. So we had to wrap her in the bandage till the bleeding stopped because I had no quick powder on hand. She is doing better now. Obviously, she's still hurting, which, I mean, when you tear your nail out, of course you're going to hurt. Here's Miss Morning, who's giving me a look because she can. And just being herself. She has this howling thing that she does it to me all the time. She'll just start howling and whining at me. Even when I leave, she will get at the door and howl. Now, I haven't had her that long, but I've been told that's what she does when she's in a kennel. Well, she's not in a kennel. But she will howl nonstop, even when I just step away for 5 minutes. And it's like she's sounding some sort of alarm. Then I gave Zero and Aries a bath. As you can tell, Zero is going nuts on the couch because he wants to get dirty again. In my house, this is definitely a Dachshund thing. They do this all the time whenever they get clean. Now, there are some of them that don't do it, but for a majority, a lot of my Dachshunds do this. And as you can tell, Zero is just going absolutely nuts. All his brother is walking around kind of just ignoring him. Zero always does this. I do have some that go roll in dead things, such as Ruby. And I thought Zero was going to fall off the couch. But Ruby's one of the worst ones because she will go roll in something dead. Here's Miss Beanie Weenie in her beanie that doesn't like it. We made chili dogs for dinner, and then there's Miss Athena Marie, who is inside because she was getting so close to her due date. I didn't want her outside, but she's just hanging out. Chili dogs and tater tots. Everybody's deciding to take a nap, but then you have Miss Phoenix, who is waking everybody up in the kennel. I don't know what she was doing. She smelled something. It was Phoenix, Mia, Lilith, and Talia. I call Talia and Haiti the same thing sometimes. I get their names confused. They look almost exactly alike, aside from that Haiti is bigger than Talia, and Talia is a long hair, but they look almost exactly alike other than that. But there she is. Then we're going to go shopping at H-E-B because I needed stuff. I was waiting for somebody to pass before I really started moving the buggy because somebody was in the way. We're going to get some Minute Maid peach punch, some Snapple, apple juice, and ocean spray. Good, beautiful morning. I'm exhausted. The dogs are exhausted. We got so much to do today. I've already started on some of the chores for the dogs. Taking a break to work on videos. Ruby's coming to say hello. But good morning, everybody. Here's Miss Ruby doing her own thing. Really just ignoring me for the most part. I think I was calling her name. Miss Luna Freya getting ready to have her babies. She is currently due on Tuesday. And it is Sunday. Her and Mia are both due. But she's just hanging out, doing her own thing. Sleeping, really. Nothing else. Just having a good old nap. But I like to have her near me so I can keep an eye on her, especially when she's getting closer. But she's just hanging out. And then we got some Native Pet in the mail, which I'm going to start using this for Duke. It's Native Pet the Daily. He's really going to be one of the only ones that gets it, but I'm going to start giving it to him. Hopefully it'll start helping his joints and everything that he's got going on because he is getting up in age, him and Ruby both. So I'll probably start giving this to Ruby as well. But it comes with a little blue scooper. It's separated with this little metal thing, but it comes with a little blue scooper. And it's just like a powder, which I've used stuff like this before, like the goat's milk and stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to hopefully it helping just them in general. Then we got to do some deworming. After doing some dewormings, we have to do bath. I use Nature's Miracle. But we're going to give Athena a bath in the sink because we do not have a bathtub right now. We have a shower, which can be a bit of a pain with the dogs. We had a bit of a long night, so it's safe to say I'm exhausted. The dogs got me up at 7 o'clock. Actually, it was 6:40 per usual, but I am still exhausted. It's 8:19. I started cleaning up everything. I got to feed the dogs inside, but I wait till Chris gets up to do that so I don't wake them up. Ones inside are the mamas. They have access to food always, but I gotta check their food and their water just to be sure. But everybody else in here is taken care of. I'm so tired right now. But we have the day off. Well, actually, in this house, I never had the day off because I'm waiting on Luna Freya and Athena to give birth. So I never really have the day off. Another shower to take, of course. Getting ready for the day so we can go off and do whatever else we have to do for the day. Going back to H-E-B for more stuff. I go to H-E-B so often. A lot of the times it's just for paper towels, dog food. And mainly that's it. Sometimes I go for food, but for the most part it's for stuff like paper towels, dog food, sometimes toilet paper, sodas, stuff like that. But we don't have to go for the regular stuff very often. But we also do shopping in spurts and not all at once because sometimes you're just broke and you can't afford to do all the shopping at once. But I got a little bit of stuff to last for a couple days. Probably for the week. Here's Ruru just watching me. Well, she wasn't really watching me. She was kind of just hanging out, and then I said her name, and then she came running, which I was not trying to get her to do that, but I just said her name. We're having some puff corn and just hanging out for lunch. So it is 4 o'clock. Athena's having baby. She's been in labor since about 1. So that's about 3 hours now. She has had 3 boys and 2 girls. She's got 1 more, and then she'll be done. She's tired. I'm tired. We didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but the puppies are doing good so far. A piebald girl, and I think a black and tan girl. And then the rest is a piebald boy, and 2 black and tan boys, but I can't tell until they dry off. Here's Miss Morning sleeping, doing what she does best. And then we're going to end up going to bed. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. So thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. And I'll be back next week with another Dog Mom Diary vlog. So I will see you guys later. Thank you guys again so much. Hit that subscribe button, like button, and leave a comment down below. See you guys later.